Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to Harry's Highlights. On this video, we're going to be talking about the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, this book is all about exactly that. How to win friends and influence them as well. So what I want to talk about here is about understanding the importance of people skills, communicating and influencing, and how they're used in the right way, it can provide so many benefits to you in your life. And the way you communicate with other people around you, which will in turn benefit their lives as well. So one of the first things I want to talk about is that whenever it comes to speaking to people, whenever it comes to communicating with them in any form, fashion, or any sense of the word at all, you need to become genuinely interested in them. See, people, if you like what they like, if you take interest in what they enjoy talking about, they're going to be not only are they going to be far more interested in speaking with you, they're also going to they're going to feel more valuable. They're going to share so much more with you as well. See, people look for commonalities between one another. So if you have an interest in what they like speaking about, like if they're a musician, you ask them about like what music do they listen to, or what instruments do they play. You know, do they do it like paid, or is it all just hobby? Talking about their interests and their likes will help them open up, feel like they have a connection with you, and it will just compound and grow from there. So they'll feel this like similarities, and people like people that are similar to them. So you'll basically be able to establish such rapport and such a relationship so quickly with them that before you know it, they'll end up spending so much of the time speaking and feel like that you are such a great communicator, even though all you did was take interest in what it is that they already have interest in. So that's a really easy one. It's very effective, very, very powerful. The second one is eye contact. So eye contact and smiling cost nothing, and they're very high in value. They are so powerful and such a strong indicator when it comes to communicating that, one, this person is trustworthy, that this person is friendly, and it adds to that communication and really helps people open up and feel that warmth almost instantly. So it will also accelerate the rapport and the relationship that you can build even faster, because people will feel, without even knowing it, they'll feel like they trust you more. They'll feel like you're friendly. They'll feel like all around you're just a good person and want to be around you. And because of that, it'll make the communication back and forth stronger. It'll also make the influence of them and their likeliness to listen to you and anything you have to say increase. Now the other one is about remembering their name. So people love hearing their name, but when you use it, you've got to be aware. There's a fine line, because overusing it will make it seem like a teacher speaking to a student, or like that you're being condescending or speaking down to them. But using their name every now and again reminds them of that you're individually speaking to them. You're not speaking broadly, you're not speaking generally, you're speaking specifically to that person. When you say, somebody's like, somebody told me something. Now, Harry, let me tell you a little bit about this. All of a sudden, you sort of like, you listen and engage that a little bit more. It's sort of, as a person's talking or as you're talking and they're listening, by throwing in their name every now and again, it helps re-establish the connection, re-establish or strengthen that the imaginary bond that you have there that as they're listening to you. So, but there's a fine line. So using that every now and again, there's a lot of power to it. It's very, very effective. The other one was about talking about when talking in their interest. Talk about things that they like. I use the example of that, like if I want to catch fish, I'll use worms because they eat worms. Just doesn't matter. I like chocolate. I wouldn't use chocolate. It's understanding that if I speak in terms in their interests, in things that they already like, then they're going to be far more open and receptive to anything and everything that I'm saying. Just as like, even though chocolate is a food and fish eat food, it's not what they like, it's not what they crave, it's not what they're after. So it's going to be far harder to catch the fish. Same thing with people. If you're only talking about what you like and it's not what they like, they're going to feel disconnected, they're going to feel disengaged, they're going to feel like that there's some form of a gap between you two. But if you talk in their interests, you talk about whatever it is they like, you talk about what it is they're interested about or they do, they are going to be that much more connected to you, and they're going to be that much more receptive to anything that you're saying. Now, the other one I'm talking about is that people love teaching. It gives them value. They love the feeling of sharing some knowledge with you, or showing you how to do something, or explaining something, because it makes them feel like that they have something worthwhile that they can share. Something worthwhile to give to somebody else, that's going to improve somebody else. And they're improving somebody else based on what they know. That feeling of fulfillment is so infectious. You know, that like when you give somebody the opportunity to teach you something, anything at all, you open up a vulnerability with them, but also you give the opportunity for such extreme strength and such a quick rapport and communication to grow, build, and compound, because they feel like they are genuinely improving your life. They feel like the things that they've learned are worthwhile, and it reinforces that whatever it is they know, that they understand it better. Because when you teach somebody something, you learn or understand that in another way. Because you have to break it down into bite-sized pieces or simpler form. So you, in turn, through repetition, learn that topic in another way. It reassures you or reconfirms for you that you do know what you're talking about. You feel more satisfied. You feel fulfilled because you're teaching somebody else. You feel valued because you're now increasing someone else's value. There's so many positives to it. So just by giving someone the opportunity to teach you something will significantly increase their like in you, will significantly increase the influence you have over them, and will significantly increase the openness they have to communicating with you. So giving somebody the opportunity opportunity for them to teach you something is incredibly powerful, and when used in the right way, can establish some very powerful bonds very, very quickly. Now, the other was about people crave to be appreciated. So no matter what age or what culture or where you're from, male or female, what gender you are, the feeling of being appreciated, of feeling that like what you're doing matters, that like what you're doing is being noticed, that extra effort you've put in, that extra time you invested, when that's noticed, when you feel appreciated, there's almost nothing more satisfying and fulfilling for most people. It's one of those basic human needs. That feeling of being appreciated is so powerful that people, you know, depending on their threshold, will go to extreme lengths to highlight it, to show it, to do something that's going to make that other person turn around and show their appreciation. For that other person to turn around and go, hey, I noticed you did this, thank you. To have that person be grateful for something you've done, that feeling of appreciation is so powerful that some people could have everything in the world, but if they don't feel that appreciation, will feel, you know, utter despair. It's such a basic human need that so many people crave and so many people are robbed of. You hear about it in so many different jobs, how people go like, you know, thank you would go a long way. Like, it doesn't matter like what sort of results you've produced or what sort of opportunities you've provided. So many people don't care about that. They care so much more about just hearing, hey, you know what, I noticed what you did and I appreciate it. That day is so much more satisfying, so much more fulfilling, so much more motivating, inspiring than anything, almost anything else, that people will leave high-paying jobs just to go to a smaller job that pays less because they feel more appreciated. People give up high-paying professions to do something else that's more fulfilling because they feel more appreciated. They may do the reason why people do charity work and stuff, that feeling of appreciation and fulfillment. You know, the satisfying feeling of just knowing that you've made a difference in this person's life and how much they appreciate you is so much more gratifying than the feeling of like, I just made an extra, you know, another 10 grand, you know. It's amazing how there's that feeling has so much power. It takes over so many other needs and wants, that even though its value is almost intangible, that you couldn't put a price on it because, like the example says, so many people have left high-paying professions, careers, and jobs for something that pays less or doesn't pay anything at all, just because they crave that feeling of appreciation. So, to quickly summarize, I guess, on everything I've been talking about here, understanding how to influence people and how to win friends is all about being genuinely interested in them. Taking a genuine interest in whatever it is they do, whatever it is they are as a person, will help you establish and develop a rapport and communication so quickly. Doing things like eye contact and smiling costs nothing, and it's extremely high in value. You've got simple things like remembering their name is so powerful, but also not overusing it. There's a fine line between overusing it and using it effectively. You've got to talk in the interests. You know, I may like chocolate, but if I'm trying to catch fish, I'm going to use worms, because even though I don't like it, they do. And that is a way to win friends, to have people like you more and to capitalize on that rapport building stage. Understanding people love teaching, it gives them a chance to feel valued. So any opportunity you get for them to be able to show you how to do something, take it, because it'll increase the bond that you have with that person. And lastly was about the power of appreciation and just how much that means to people, and understanding how you can use it to your advantage and how you can improve other people's lives exponentially. So with all those tips, that is how you can better understand to win friends and influence people. Now, we'll be making a lot more of these videos for this training series to help you with your personal development goals. That's all for now though, so until next time, leave a comment below on what you like the most, and look forward to sharing more with you in the next episode of Harry's Highlights.